Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Pony 4-in-1. This is episode 80 for the week of November 23rd, 2014.
Wow,
Once again,
we're old.
Yeah. Once again, I'm Nemesis, and Mr. Old Guy over here is Alcatraz.
How's it going?
Yeah. So, we've been around for a while. We'll hopefully be around a bit longer.
Hopefully.
Anyway, we got a slightly different discussion topic. I hope it goes well.
Yes, we hope. Fingers crossed.
But to start us off, though, we have news. And you want to follow along with said news, go to pony411.libsyn.com/show notes. All the links and whatnot are there. So let's get started. In convention news, PonyCon NYC has opened up panel submissions. If you have an idea for one, or know someone who does, get it in before December 15th. So you have a couple weeks, I guess, so get on that. Midwest Brony Fest has announced Kazumi Evans, singing voice of Rarity and Luna, and the speaking voice of Adagio Dazzle and Octavia. So, yeah.
Yep.
Quite the resume now for just ponies.
Yeah.
BabsCon has announced that Tony Fleeks and Heather Breckel will be attending. Those are an artist and colorist for the comics.
Yep. I'm seeing Tony do a lot of convention stuff after Everfree. He must have really enjoyed himself.
I guess so. And finally, in convention news, Everfree Northwest has opened up their panel submissions as well. So,
yeah,
our local little thing.
Yeah, I don't know of any panels that we would want to do. At least I don't have any ideas myself.
It'd be fun if I could do one, but whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, in fandom news and whatnot, the Overmare Studios has made a blog post about the skills and attributes system in their Fallout Equestria game. So, the special and whatnot from Fallout.
Yep.
Their little spin on it. So go check that out if you're interested in the game. The Super Smash Ponies team has released their Rainbow Dash theme song as well as another devlog video. So check those out if, before a cease and desist gets thrown away or something. Another one. Yeah, Nintendo's recently lightened up on fan stuff, so they might not actually throw one at them. Surprise.
Surprise.
Nope, not anyway.
Yeah, it's still a little
Hasbro
might.
Depends. Anyway, Gameloft is having a vote for their 2-year anniversary of the MLP mobile game. You can pick one of 3 villains, including Shadowbolts, Maniac, and Sombra. Yes, these will be ponies you have in your Ponyville or Canterlot. I don't know which one they're doing, but yeah, they'll actually be there alongside other ponies.
Oh, interesting. All right. Let's just put Sombra down and okay.
Well, or Maniac.
Shadowboard.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay. Yeah, but interesting.
Yeah, so go vote if you want. Andrea Libman won an award for Best Voice at the UBCP/ACTRA Awards. So, yeah, it's a Canadian thing, so she won Best Voice.
Congratulations.
Yeah, apparently this is at least her second time winning. Anyway, merchandise news. The Build-A-Bear Celestia plush is available on the Australian website for 35 Australian dollars. You can also buy the accessories for her as well for an additional 25 Australian dollars. And if you remember, Australian dollars tend to be a little weird compared to US dollars, but
yeah.
Anyway, just Australians tend to pay more for everything than people in the US. Just know that. Christmas versions of the Applejack Rarity and Pinkie Pie Funrise plushies have been listed at Toy Wiz, and they're available at Target. Toy Wiz is listing them at $13, and Target is selling them for $5.
That's quite the price difference.
Yeah, Toy Wiz always marks things up.
Yeah.
But it's always easier to get a Toy Wiz than hunting down a Target. It's like, where is it?
Yeah, where do you put these things?
So yeah, if you're interested in Christmas versions of those 3, go ahead, get them. But no word on whether or not other ponies will be Christmas-fied.
Christmas-fied?
Yeah.
Something like that, yeah. That, whatever.
Anyway, 2 new GM Barrow books have been revealed. They are Princess Celestia and the Summer of Royal Waves, which will release on April 7th, and Discord and the Ponyville Players Dramarama, which will release on July 7th. Considering the fact I found the Daring Do books pretty interesting for the most part.
Be something to look forward to.
And the Twilight Sparkle book I've read. I didn't read the other ones yet, but I've read that one at least.
Yeah.
Check those out when they come. In comic news, Brenda Hickey has released a sneak peek of a future MLP comic. No idea which one it's from, though.
Yep. Luna and Celestia definitely have a serious face.
Yeah, it's flying. That's all it's like, is it from 28? Is it from, we don't know.
I don't know, but they seem very serious about what they're doing.
Very serious.
Very serious. Must
You
be
ha-
cake.
Do you have a lot of money to burn and want original cover art by Amy Meberson? Well, here's your chance. Yeah, there's a shop called Cadence Comic Art.
Cadence.
Not that Cadence, because
Oh.
it's got an E in it.
Yeah.
And they're selling, well, the original artwork, which is the only stuff hand-drawn by Amy Meberson. Everything else she does in the issues themselves are digital.
Yeah.
The thing is, the cheapest one, I believe, is $500.
Yeah.
Most of them range
kind of
from
money.
$600 to $800, although there is a $1,000 one. So yeah, if you have a lot of money, yeah, good for you. Go for it. I'm not going for it.
I wish I had that kind of money.
There's also a Sesame Street one and an X-Men and Avengers ones as well. So
Yeah.
there you go. Anyway, issue 28 of the comic has been announced. The synopsis reads, "The Root of Problems Part 2. Twilight and friends journey to the heart of Everfreed Forest to find out what has been causing its inhabitants to flee. What they find can only mean trouble for Ponyville." And it will have a February release.
As long as it doesn't get delayed.
No, they usually don't get delayed far enough to go to slip to another month.
Yeah, usually.
And Friends Forever 14 also has been announced, and it's Luna and Spike.
Had a Luna. We had a Celestia and Spike. Now we have a Luna and Spike.
And we also had a
Interesting.
Luna and Pinky.
Huh.
So yeah, very interesting. According to the synopsis, when a dragon problem in Philadelphia threatens to get out of hand, Luna enlists Spike's help to find a peaceful solution. There are many suspects and no easy answers, as both Spike and Luna must admit to personal shortcomings in order to find the true culprit.
Hmm.
Spike has a lot of
Spike's fault.
shortcomings. So yeah, that one's also expected for February, so bit of ways away, but they usually are announced pretty far ahead. Friendship is Magic news. If you live in Germany, Friendship is Magic is now airing on Disney Channel Deutschland. Because it was on Viacom Deutschland, but they dropped it because of low ratings.
Yep.
Low ratings.
Low ratings. That's wow.
They're also going to be showing Equestria Girls and whatnot on that channel too, so. And in our final bit of news, and probably the biggest news of the week, Season 5 got a teaser trailer. And it's coming in spring of 2015.
Oh boy.
Oh god.
Oh boy.
We have to keep going without episodes. Yeah. So this means either probably a March or April release.
The day before spring ends.
Please don't say that. That would be June.
Yeah.
That would be insane.
But I've seen it happen before. Coming out winter, and it comes out the day before winter ends. It's still technically winter.
Yeah, I don't think they'd do that to us.
Yeah,
But yeah,
hopefully
we're
not.
looking at least until another few months. And if it's April, that means we have had a hiatus that lasted a year.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's been a long hiatus.
Man.
You can tell with fandoms going a little crazy. Just a little.
We're jonesing.
I mean, we
We
got
got our
Rainbow
fix.
Rocks, but that was one thing.
Yeah.
One. That was. So yeah, we're gonna try to keep going.
Yep.
Until then, hopefully
Hopefully.
we won't go crazy or.
Crazy. Yes. That's important.
Yeah, this of course is all about Twilight. It's just teasing because as just talk about all the stuff she's done and then nothing will prepare for what's happening next or something like that. But yeah.
Yeah.
So it looks like they're really looking to top themselves again.
I wonder if they're gonna release more teasers into focusing
Oh.
on more of the main six.
I don't know, but I just remember people getting bent out of shape because it's a Twilight-focused teaser. It's like, guys, remember Twilight's still the main character of the show, regardless of your personal feelings.
Yeah. Yeah.
It doesn't matter. But yeah, so that's the news.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah, that's all of our stuff for this week that I found anyway.
Yeah.
Probably something big will happen tomorrow after we record.
Or later
before
this
you hear
evening. Yeah, sometime between now and
Like
whenever we
usual.
air. Always tend to release on like Sundays and Mondays.
Please, Hasbro, stop doing that. Please. Makes us sound like we're out of date. So, yay. Yeah, so as I said at the top of the show, our discussion topic is going to be a little bit interesting. We're going to be a little more freeform, I guess. I hope it will work out. But anyway, if you're like us, you probably have at least one or two bits of official pony merch in some way, shape, or form. And of course, most of it is, well, the brushables, the blind bags, and plushies. And some of you even t-shirts and whatnot. But all of us probably have something we wish existed.
There's a number of things.
A number of things. You have just stuff we wish kind of was real. And so we're going to just kind of talk, since, I don't know, the biggest shopping day of the year is coming. I don't know, it just kind of seems nice timing. But we're going to talk about, I guess, stuff we personally, both of us, want to see exist. And we're also going to, I guess, kind of briefly discuss the viability of such a thing existing.
Yep. I'd love to see this, but yeah, no
so,
way.
So, I guess starting us off, is there anything in particular you want to see official that doesn't exist? Or maybe, let's expand it. There may be official stuff that could be improved on.
Oh, well, a lot of it could be improved on.
Like extensively, or even just a little bit. Even good stuff sometimes can be a little bit improved. But let's just say it's official something that could be done better, that we wish was done a little better.
Well, starting with that, I'd like to see more better done plushies. I mean, right now we've got one company that really does good official ones, the 40E ones, at least here. I mean,
well, in the U.S. anyway.
Yeah, in the U.S.
But the Nikki ones are pretty good, though. So
and, the Nikki ones look pretty good, but the rest of like Funrise, really, the hair,
Muff hair.
I'd like to see more of that. One of the big things in merchandise, I'd like to see a little bit more effort and accuracy. Less. We're only gonna put the designs on one side of the character.
Oh yeah.
And completely leave the other side blank. It's like.
Yeah. Cutie marks on almost all the official stuff is lacking, but
yeah, they only
for
put
the
it
40
on the side. 40E. Again, 40E is doing really, really good here. So.
Yeah, everyone else is like cutie marks on one side, my side's completely blank, because that's just the way they've always done it, and they're not bothering to change it.
Yep, I'd like to see them start to do it the other way. Focus a little bit more on accuracy.
Mm-hmm.
Would be really nice to see.
I mean, they're slowly getting there. I mean,
yes, but slowly.
Hey, the wheels of a giant corporation turn slow.
Yeah, that's for sure. So that's one thing I like to see, at least in merchandise, that they could improve upon, is just plain accuracy.
Yeah. One thing I'd like to see is shirts officially available for other places besides We Love Fine.
That would be another thing I would like to see.
Even putting aside the stuff about mistreating artists and whatnot, which is a kind of a big thing, but let's put that aside for a second.
Yes.
Some of their shirt quality is a bit iffy.
Yeah.
I've gotten shirts. It's like I've ordered multiple shirts before from them. They're all supposed to be the same size, and one of them is literally 2 inches shorter than the rest. I don't know why. It just is. It's like a good 2 inches shorter than the rest. I have no idea.
You need to watch their quality control.
So it's like, why is this so short? It barely fits now.
Yep.
And really, or sometimes you just got one of them. They just kind of put the size sticker right over the top of the print. So when I pulled it off, it pulled off part of the print.
I hate that.
So yeah,
like, pay attention, people.
Yeah, that's one thing. So yeah, their quality control is really off. Really, really off. In fact, I would almost say like some of the unofficial stuff I've bought like from like Shirt Punch has been slightly better, even though it's kind of it's been like better quality. Feels like it's a thicker material. Doesn't feel like.
I think that can be sort of a crapshoot too with Shirt Punch. I mean, this particular one I'm wearing now came from Shirt Punch. It feels a little bit smaller than it should be.
Yeah,
so
sometimes, but
it happens a lot.
But so it just seems like We Love Fine really misses a lot when it comes to shirt quality.
I've had varying shirts from them too. It's interesting.
And just like I also this was way back when, this was long before ponies, but my brother bought me a Transformers shirt he found at Hot Topic, which was Mighty Fine, which is We Love Fine. Yeah. And it's a 2XL, but it's like size like a large. I'm not kidding. It's like the size of a large, but it's marked as a 2XL.
I'm wondering if it is a large or someone just mismarked it.
Yeah, it might be mismarked, or it might be one of those weird. It was at the time of really when really tight shirts were in fashion.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's one thing. Is definitely I wish there was more or alternate places to buy official shirts. As it stands, it's either We Love Fine, you have to kind of go to like T Public or Shirt Punch, or just wait for the unofficial stuff to kind of pop up. Mm-hmm. Which are fine and they're all great and stuff, but you kind of have to sit there and wait. And also, yeah. Plus, also We Love Fine. The statues, they're very hit and miss. Like the Twilight Sparkle statue they made was very or figure, I guess, just is very unbalanced.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else?
Probably, but it's not immediately coming to mind.
Oh, of course.
Gotta get those wheels turning.
Yeah. Another thing I kind of want to see, and I think that might be a little plausible. It's just
but
most of the things we discussed
plausible.
before are both plausible. Improvements in general are already plausible because we're already seeing it.
Yeah,
but an alternate shirt place that is plausible depends on We Love Fine whether or not it's like an exclusive contract or what. Yeah, it might be an exclusive contract, in which case, well, there goes that idea.
Exclusive contract or just plain dealing with licensing. We don't see any of it come out of Hasbro itself. It's all third-party licensors that do it. So I don't see Hasbro ever doing an official straight first-party T-shirt line for people like us.
I mean, there's been a couple other official here and there, but they're very few and far between. Like I think Walmart was briefly selling pony shirts. It was official, but it was very, very brief.
Yeah, I remember seeing sort of stuff like that. A long time ago, I saw something about a pony shirt at Walmart, but it was that they kind of missed the mark and was more based on the previous generations with a slight reference to the new one. It's like,
yeah,
that's cool and all, but it's kind of the wrong generation there.
Not what I want.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I just want them to kind of move away from We Love Fine if they can, and actually for everything, including Transformers, because Transformers is also Hasbro. I'd like to have some Transformers shirts that aren't We Love Fine. Yeah, this is not We Love Fine. But yeah, okay, I'm moving into the realm of it doesn't exist, but I'd like it to. One thing is, a lot of people who collect Japanese figures know about these, but I kind of want these, I guess, highly posable one, like Pony and even Equestria Girls figures.
Action figures?
But not they're action figures, but they're like
figures?
really high-end ones.
Yeah.
They're designed to be they're display pieces, but they're hyper posable. I'm talking like SH Figure Arts and Revoltech and Play Arts Kai, those kind of things.
Yeah. I'm wondering how you would actually do that.
That's the thing, is I know Hasbro doesn't actually operate in Japan. They license to companies in Japan, their brands. Or they have a deal struck, like for Transformers, it's pretty much a partnership between Hasbro and Takara Tomy. But for stuff like that, they'd have to license it to a company in Japan. And I'm not sure of what the legal mumbo jumbo is here, but it's be cool. I mean, it's just hyper posable. These things are like really have a lot of posability to an insane degree, and they also have a lot of little hidden tricks to kind of hide the joints.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious how you would do that with a pony, though. There's not a huge amount of things you can.
Not a whole lot, but like let's say, for example, the blind bag's pretty static. Even the brushables, all you can do is turn their head left and right. Yeah. I mean, so with these figures, you'd be able to, the head would turn left and right, up and down. You can angle it. The hooves and the legs would all be able to move, so you could actually have a walking pose or running pose. And a lot of these also have ab crunches, which for a pony, you just kind of have a little central massive ball.
Yeah.
So you can have it like because we've seen in the show, like they kind of turn at the bend at their midsection and stuff. Heck, even having a opposable tail. And all these things come up with mostly, well, this wouldn't be a thing with ponies, but like they have different hand sets for like different poses. Like, so they have like splayed hands or fists or whatever. So with ponies, that wouldn't be a big deal, but for the Equestria Girls stuff.
Yeah, you could do it. Definitely.
But a lot of them also come with like different faces, so you can swap out for different expressions. So you have like a happy face or a surprise face, angry face, etc., etc., etc. And I'd like to see this sort of thing, but I have a really nasty feeling that would never, ever actually happen.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
It's cool because this is high-end collectible stuff. This is stuff that costs already a lot of money in Japan before you import.
Yeah, so, that would definitely be cool to see.
It'd be nice. It'd be really awesome. I mean, but we're never going to see that sort of thing. I don't think. It's unfortunate because
I think it's plausible, but highly improbable.
Yeah, incredibly improbable.
Someone else would probably have to go to Hasbro first. I don't think Hasbro would actually make that.
Yeah, who knows?
Go out and do it.
Way back when Hasbro partnered with Revoltech to make Optimus Prime Revoltech figures. Way back when.
I think Transformers though just leads itself to that kind of.
I know. But I'm just saying,
just
in that it's not out of the realm of who's about company and companies have worked with Revoltech before, so. It's not out of the realm of possibility for them to do it again, but for ponies. But again, it's one of those, is the market there? It depends. Yeah. I know ponies are pretty popular in Japan, but which demographic and so on is kind of will influence whether or not that's a thing. I'd like to see it, but...
Which is one of the reasons I don't think Hasbro's ever going to go out to a company and say, hey, will you make this for us?
I don't know.
Someone else has to come to them, because I don't think they're going to see that market.
Never really know.
It's plausible. It's definitely plausible. I just think it's
either which way it could happen. Like if another company says we want to do this, we want to license MLP to make these figures.
I would love to see that though. That would be really cool. I'd love to have a hyperposable Dash.
Yeah, they're like super posable, so you can like have her like even with wing. Wings. Now you have even more. That's the thing. They probably have to have like swappable wings, but still, it's doable. Like wings. Open, closed, because actually making the wings fold up is.
That would be interesting. Nightmare. That would be cool though to see it. If you like flareable, like at least an attachable open wing one, where the feathers you can open it and flare the wings a bit.
Yeah, but if you fully close, that'd be have completely separate pieces.
That would be interesting.
Still, because that would be an engineering nightmare to simulate a wing closing.
Yeah, I read a fanfic about removable wings once. It was weird.
think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, those kind of companies. It's like, yeah, they're like highly detailed. Very like painstakingly accurate. So when we get stuff like say with Funko, where it's just you get splotches on half of them, or scratches.
That would be interesting.
What?
Miniatures, pewter miniatures.
No, pewter miniatures.
That reminds me. The hyper details remind me. A lot of people like to. It's a really big market. You buy like D&D or all those, but they're just plain pewter. Warhammer's another one.
Big one, I think.
Yeah, there's a whole ton of them. Some of them don't even have games. Some are just fantasy figures, but they're just pewter.
Yeah, there's pewter,
so
and
you
have
paint
to paint
them yourself, and that's a big market. Is hand painted stuff like that. So that would be interesting.
People would go for that.
They might. I mean,
they would, but it's like, is there enough to justify the cost of such a thing?
Yeah, that would be the question.
Because those are also expensive. I know that.
They can be.
Very expensive.
I've got a handful from a long time ago, but I would be interested to see. I don't know how much I would.
Well, I guess I would also I guess model kits, because I've seen those before.
Yeah, well, we sort of have those with those pop figures.
Yeah, those are really basic though.
But yeah,
once you can mix and match, but still, it's just stuff like that was cool. It's just kind of cool to. Oh, that reminds me. I mean, if you remember those way back when that petition to make a Lego MLP set.
Yeah,
Lego can't do it because
they can't because
licensing, but Hasbro has their own line called Creo.
Yeah.
And they do Transformers.
Why don't we have an MLP Creo?
Yeah, I mean that is highly plausible.
Yeah.
That's like I can't believe they haven't done it yet. Plausible.
Yeah, especially with that massive petition to have Lego do it. Why doesn't Hasbro go, "Oh,
we have our own line.
Let's just put our own out."
They can do it. I wonder if they're just wondering how to do the minifigs for ponies. They're wondering, they're just like, because like if horses, they tend to be just kind of static
or just have movable shoulders.
If that, yeah. So it's like, how do you do the? I mean, you'd have to make a whole new minifig style for the ponies, but it's doable.
It's doable. I would love to see that.
They also have. Oh, that reminds me. They also have those construct bots, which for Transformers, which is kind of lends to the model idea, which is basically each of them kind of share a similar skeleton, but it's the little things you attach to them but those are very robotic. So
yeah.
But anyway,
MLP Transformers crossover.
But, yeah.
I think we've talked about that before.
Speaking of which, I'd love to have MLP Transformers.
You would.
I love Transformers. I like MLP. They're both owned by Hasbro.
So you wouldn't have to worry about licensing much.
Yeah, licensing. The problem is, then you run into a couple issues. Number one, what kind of these is like robots that turn into ponies that turn into vehicles? What? For one, that's one thing. Two, Transformers are a little expensive to engineer.
It's a little.
They're a little expensive. And the thing is also, how well will it sell? They're going to be sitting there like, how well would an MLP Transformers crossover line sell?
I think you'd see an initial quick surge, but it might die off a little bit.
That's the thing. It's like they're like looking at this like, is how much of a crossover is there really? Because they don't like to cater to the older audiences too much, because the last time they did that, they got burned. If you look at the Transformers alternator lines, because the adult fan base is like, oh, there's a whole bunch of us. Don't worry, it'll sell super well. And they brought them out to stores, $20 each, and they flopped miserably. Line was a colossal failure. I mean, the Transformers Masterpiece do well, but they're also done in very limited numbers and store exclusives and whatnot. So it's a whole different thing. So the thing is, what I would think they would do, their best bet for most economically feasible, for it to actually move it into the realm of actually, hey, this actually is plausible. Right now, in the actual Transformers Generations line, there is one female robot already out called Windcharger, I believe, or Windblade, and there's two more coming out right now, sort of in stores, not really, but not totally there yet. It's like starting to filter out into stores. The RC and Chromia, which are also both female. That's 3 molds already exist of female Transformers that turn into a car, a motorcycle, and a jet. I'm saying what they could do is, just because it's much cheaper, retool the heads and whatnot, repaint them, and kind of each of those figures represents 2 of the characters of the main 6, and boom, you got your make a limited run of like a main 6 Transformers line based off existing figures, and that way
you could kind of gauge market too with that.
Yeah,
if you do a limited run.
A limited run, save on costs, and so that's not a huge money dump if in case it doesn't really do that well. It's like, oh, whatever.
Yeah,
because they can then they'll be able to justify selling a $16 figure for $30 because limited. They do that a lot.
Yes, common thing.
Yeah, so I'd love to see that, because that moves from, yeah, it's possible, but probably not going to happen just because of reality, to, hey, this is actually very plausible, pretty plausible, actually.
Yeah.
Just because they have the existing figures there, so they don't have to do research all the engineering again. It's there. They just have to repaint it, add the cutie marks, do some new heads, which that actually usually does not take much money comparatively. Just design a new head and redo the sculpt, or mold, I should say.
Yeah, there's not much engineering you have to deal with. As long as
you just got to make sure the new head fits in the transformation, and that's not too difficult. So I think in that regard, that would be
interesting. I'm not.
I'd love to see it. I'd buy it all, the whole six.
Of course
series.
you would. I'm not anywhere near as into Transformers as you are. I might buy the Dash one because, well, yeah, it's Dash.
I noticed there was an EQD poll about briefly after the Revenge of the Fall, or not Revenge, that one, Age of Extinction cameo, that there was a poll about MLP Transformers crossover toys or something, and a lot of people said they would hate it. Those people are all wrong.
Yes.
Very wrong. Shame on all of you.
Now we're going to get angry evil.
Good. Come at me. But yeah, seriously. I want MLP Transformers.
Yes.
I really want.
We know.
I saw way back when someone on DeviantArt like repainted theirs to match the pony colors, but that's not enough.
Not enough.
It's not enough. It's one-off customs. I want to actually have them, like, for real. Plausible, but at this point, I don't think it's likely.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. You got anything else to add?
As far as that conversation, no.
Nothing else you really desperately want, but they don't have. Life-size Rainbow Dash plush.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah, that's one. There is almost official life-size plushes.
Yeah.
Aurora has those $100.
Yeah.
20-inch. No, not 20. It's like two. Well, it was bigger than that, wasn't it?
So that was 2 feet.
Yeah, it was like a 2-foot sitting Rainbow Dash plush for $100. It's like. But yes, I don't.
Oh, I know. I know
one
nice. Obvious blatant one.
It would be nice to see life-size plushes official, but I don't see that ever happening. The market is not big enough to support that.
I know one. Friendship is Magic on Blu-ray.
Yes. It's all DVD releases. Why is it all DVD releases? Let's get an actual,
Shout Factory's done 2 Blu-ray releases. Equestria Girls, Rainbow Rocks.
Yes, why don't we have the season?
They said, we might do it in the future if there's interest.
I'm pretty sure there's enough interest.
I'd buy the whole set.
Yeah.
Please. I mean, as it stands, it's just DVD or digital. If you want HD, you have to go to iTunes, pretty much, if you want full 1080p.
Which means I won't ever have it. Because
Google Play only does 720p for some reason. And you can only watch it on your Android because reasons.
Which is weird.
It's a dumb thing, but not much you can do about it. So if you want be able to download 1080p HD copies of ponies legally,
and stress that one,
you have to go to iTunes,
which I won't do. So there's a lot of people who won't touch iTunes.
Blu-ray people would love to have a Blu-ray set, even if it's just a limited run. I mean, this is one of those, why hasn't it happened yet?
Yeah.
I think it's available in some country. I can't remember which one though. One of the countries at least has like season 1 or something on Blu-ray. I think it's like Australia or something, oddly enough.
I don't know. It's confusing why that hasn't happened.
I don't know either.
Why can't we have
Shout Factory just is
Blu-ray?
really hesitant about doing a Blu-ray thing because it's more expensive.
I wonder if there's like weird licensing going on with how they handle Blu-rays. I have no idea.
I don't
how
think
it
so.
works.
I think it's just Shout Factory's really scared of sinking the cost of, because Blu-rays are just simply more expensive than DVDs.
Yeah.
So I think they're just afraid of the cost of manufacturing Blu-rays and not getting their money back. But then again, as we saw, I remember they were shouting from the rooftop how Equestria Girls was their biggest single release ever. Period. Shout Factory was. They're just saying that this is their biggest best-selling release they've ever done. That was on Blu-ray. Rainbow Rocks was on Blu-ray.
Yeah. So why don't we have the rest of it?
Come on. Step up your game.
Yeah, I would absolutely love to see that.
Yeah. Even if you have limited collector's editions too. Those would be fun.
Yep.
Including the soundtracks. Including the physical release of the soundtracks in the
That's another thing that would be really cool to see.
Physical release.
Well, what are the soundtracks? All of the soundtracks on places other than iTunes.
Well, Google Play's on.
Yeah, some of them.
Most of them. Half of them right now.
Where's the rest of them?
Where's the Equestria Girl stuff is still stuck on iTunes.
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate.
I would like to see a little bit more of those.
And it seems, I think I have a suspicion that Apple or Hasbro possibly have an exclusivity deal, a time exclusivity deal. So yeah, because you notice that those other ones came out after that first one. They came out pretty much on Google Play first, then iTunes, and then the second one came on iTunes, and several months later popped up on everywhere else.
Yeah.
Anyway, physical releases of those would be nice.
Yes, that would be cool.
Well, we're getting one physical release in that the Rainbow Rocks soundtrack is coming out on vinyl.
And
apparently, Rainbow Rocks, or one of the stores, I think it was Walmart, had a little promotion where if you bought it on day one, it came with a physical CD of 5 songs on it.
Yeah.
So far, those are the only physical methods of songs, but someday in the future, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. I'm surprised they haven't done it yet. It's probably, once again, we're not sure about the cost.
Yeah, and digital is
cheaper because you don't have to print anything.
You don't have to actually print anything.
Alas. But a lot of us pay for it.
Yeah.
Possibly again. Cough, cough.
Or, multiple times.
Again and again and again. Just keep buying it.
It's like Nintendo games. Why are you buying that? You already own it 3 times, but not for this console.
But I don't have it for this one yet.
It's the same game.
No, shut up. Oh, and of course, just as a little addendum to, I guess, this little topic, more Funko figures, please. Villain line, thank you.
Yes, those are really nice figures.
Sunset.
Yes, I would love to see a
Funko. I need Sunset. I'd buy it, please.
I think a lot of people would.
A lot of people would. I'd definitely buy it.
Watch. Look. Oh no, that would be kind of a conflict of markets. Like if they made an Equestria Girls line of Funko. It's like, and now you compete against the official line of dolls. So I don't think that will ever happen. Watch, they do everything but Sunset. Have you got Discord?
Yeah. There's hope.
Yep, there's hope. A Chrysalis would be really cool.
Yeah,
I'd love to see a Chrysalis.
A lot of people buy Chrysalis. A lot of people buy Nightmare Moon as well.
Nightmare Moon and Chrysalis. I'm not sure. I think if you were
Sombra has his fans.
Sombra has his fans. I don't think he.
I think a lot of people also buy T-Rex.
Oh, T-Rex.
I
think I've seen some customs already come out.
Yeah, so people would definitely buy him, but Funko, get on that.
Yes.
Please.
Oh, and back to your hyperposable. If you did a T-Rex hyperposable, then there's your hands and fingers.
Oh, God.
Yep, there you go.
Or Discord cut hyperposable.
Oh. Ah. Discord with attachments.
Oh, dear.
Design your own Discord. Makes sense.
It's like Mr. Potato Head. Hasbro owns Mr. Potato Head.
Hasbro does. Does Hasbro own Mr. Potato Head?
Mm-hmm.
Well, there you go. Mr. Discord Head, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, so...
They do have those pop lines where you can mix and match. It's not too far off.
Yeah, so...
And it makes sense for Discord.
Yeah, that's the thing that could happen. That's a surprise it didn't happen yet type thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, we have a little bit of a part 2 to this discussion, which is well, we've been talking about what we want to see and whatnot. But another thing is, okay, there's an official pony game, but a lot of us are a little down on it for various reasons.
Yes.
Mainly, money grubbing Farmville clone thing.
Yep.
But we've all said we want an actual pony game that's not just a mobile freemium thing.
Yeah, an official one. We have tons of these
one we can buy for like $10, $15 or whatever, because it'll be let's be honest, it'd be downloadable only game, not a full-blown $60 release.
A AAA release. That would be
insane.
That would be insane.
But it'd be likely like a $10, $15, $20 downloadable release.
Yeah.
The thing is, okay, if a pony game were to come out, what would be the most likely scenario for what kind of game it would be?
Yeah, that's a tough one, because you have to think about a whole bunch of different things.
Certain game types are I guess genres are pretty much right out. I mean, you can pretty much rule out FPS.
Yeah, I don't think we're ever going to see a pony
or any
FPS.
sort of shooter.
Call of Ponies.
Yeah. I don't think we're ever going to see a fighting game, not official.
Not an official one, because they've got to keep their target audience.
Yeah, that's one of the things. So you got to remember, they have to keep their target audience in mind, but they also know that there's a significant adult audience who's going to snap this thing up.
Yeah, because if they just target only their target audience and make it very much for little girls, they're only going to see the same kind of sales any children's game is going to get, which isn't very good.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, those genres in particular are very much out immediately. Let me think. I think pretty well sports, obviously. I don't think
think
you could.
You might be able to, but that sounds like it'd be kind of gimmicky or just kind of
dumb.
Yeah. not much point to it.
I'm trying to think of what else the other genres that will be I think a strategy game would be also incredibly unlikely.
It would be plausible, but I don't see it happening.
It's on the low end of
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
Not for an official one.
Yeah, strategy game. It's just one of those target audiences that are going to go, I don't get it.
Mm-hmm.
For the most part, some of them are going to pick it up immediately, but a lot of them are just going to go, I don't get it, or this is boring. It sucks, whatever.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing. They got to bounce, target audience, but they also. I think their best bet would be kind of the appeal to all ages type thing, like a Mario game would do, or just something that is appealing to multiple age brackets.
A good platformer.
Yeah, a platformer is probably the most
Yeah.
I think a lot of us would just play a platformer. That's you can point of it's pick up and play, but at the same time, if you really start playing it a lot, you can really find the depth of it. Like Mario, like you see those speed runs where these people memorize. It's like, oh, they jump here,
Mm-hmm.
So there's a depth to it, but it's also accessible for a 10-year-old.
Yeah. They've done little sort of not quite things like the little 8-bit flash platformer that they did a while back.
Yeah, that was very simple, very simplistic.
Simple. So it would definitely be their most plausible option, just something with more depth to it. Yeah.
Yeah, especially since say WayForward, who does the Shantae games and did the DuckTales remake and a whole bunch of stuff. They do a lot of platforms. They said they'd love to do a MLP game.
Yeah, I'd love to.
They do a lot of licensed stuff, so they have a pretty decent track record. It's not the best. If you look at some of the releases, but they've the DuckTales remake was widely well received, and the Shantae games were pretty well received, and so on. So they know how to do really well done, engaging platformers with licenses. So they're very obvious. Go! Come on, Hasbro, start talking with them.
Yeah, I would definitely love to see a platformer from them. I'd definitely be playing it a lot.
That's most likely. They could do a kart racer, I guess, but
most
of us would probably react pretty negatively to that because other than Mario Kart and the most recent Sonic kart racer,
Sega Racing Transform,
that one, it tends to be most kart racers tend to be pretty
Yeah, they'd have to do a really good job on a kart racer. If they did it, it would work, but...
And then again, there's a lot of us would probably be upset that they went for a kart racer.
Yeah.
A point-and-click adventure could work, but that's the thing of now you have to try to figure out puzzles.
Yeah, and then you're starting to lose sight of your target audience.
Possibly, maybe.
Possibly.
That's you have to design the puzzles in such a way. Portal 2 was a puzzle game, but it's also designed in such a way 10-year-olds could successfully play it, but also all of us older people really enjoyed it too.
Yeah.
So it's possible. You just got to have some really good people working on it.
Yeah.
That's one of those. It's really easy to screw up in that you make it either too simple and the older audience pretty much finds it boring, or you make it too complex and the intended audience finds it impossible.
Yeah, that's the problem.
And then I've also seen that they overshoot when they try to make it simple, and even the target audience finds it boring.
Yep.
So you got to be really careful about that.
Yep.
So it's possible. You just to do it just right so everyone feels like it's a good game, but you really got to have a good team behind it.
It helps with stuff. I think Portal 1 actually did this part a little bit better than Portal 2, where there's multiple ways to do it.
Yeah.
So it's,
sometimes, yeah.
The basic part is you can see and do part of it, but there's better ways, or that are a little bit more difficult.
The thing about a point-and-click adventure game is that puzzles are very different from Portal, but still, you can do the puzzles in such a way that you occasionally feel a little stumped, but eventually I get it, and then and you feel good about yourself. You don't feel like the game was treating you like an idiot.
Yeah. Or the ones where you finally figure out and then you feel like an idiot for not feeling it.
Yeah, sometimes it happens. You overthink it. You're sitting there making them way more complicated, and you find out it really is that simple.
Or they make them in a way that isn't very good. I've seen that too, where it's really
bizarre internal logic.
Yeah.
You're like, how does
so you gotta watch out for that.
But yeah, there have been times where I'm just sitting there making it way more complex for myself and go, it really was that simple. I thought there's no way it's that simple. So I skip over that, not even trying, because that's too easy.
Yeah.
And then find out, it really was that easy. But
it was that easy.
Yeah, so I think platformers most likely, if they're going to do it, which they really should.
Yes. I mean, I want to see a platformer.
They have, I guess, 3 more years to get things done.
Probably even after that. I don't
know. Yeah,
shut down merchandise, even if the show goes.
You got to strike while the iron's hot.
Yep.
Point-and-click adventure, plausible, less likely, but still, I guess the second most plausible.
Yeah,
you
probably.
could do a light RPG. Yeah, you could do like a light RPG, but
now you're starting to stretch the.
Into the is this work? I mean, if you like, for example, like Paper Mario, that's pretty simple. That's a very simple JRPG, but it's also still pretty fun. You just I don't like turn-based stuff too much, but I love that game just because the writing and stuff is really funny.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I guess we're in agreement. Just platformers most likely. Point-and-click adventure is plausible, but less likely, and almost everything else is kind of like it's probably not going to happen.
Yeah. And one of the things you'd have to, story-wise, you have to find ways of connecting it to the actual show, sort of. It doesn't have to be completely
they
connected.
could bring in the writers from the show, or a writer from the show to help write the story.
One thing I'm thinking about what little we've seen of Season 5 and strategy games, if they're going to have to go around to places and stuff, you might, depending on how the show goes, it might open up the possibilities.
Also make it a little more too complicated.
Yeah, so it would depend.
I mean, they'd also probably be shotgunning this onto every platform they could.
Oh, yeah. Good luck
with that.
Yeah, and that's a problem for strategy games.
So they'd probably be putting on Steam and Xbox One and PS4 and Wii U, maybe. Because like almost no one tries to support the Wii U except for Nintendo themselves.
Yeah.
But you never know. This is one of those things that, hey, the Wii U audience might actually buy this.
Yeah. That would be cool.
So, there you go. I guess
I'd like to see more official video games that aren't
good.
Yeah.
Aren't just a flash game or something that's trying to get your money.
Yeah.
Or just constantly you. Look at this. It's only $5 for this. Some bits. Oh, don't worry. Although these gems, you could get more gems if you just pay us some right now.
Yeah.
It's Farmville clone, so yeah.
Yep.
It's a little disappointing.
Freemium. Yeah.
So Hasbro, talk to Way Forward. Get on it.
Yes.
Chop.
Yes. I want to see that. I would pay for it.
I'd buy them possibly on multiple platforms.
Yep. Especially if it's on Steam. Buy it for a bunch of friends.
Here you go, everyone.
Everyone gets to enjoy this.
So, yeah. Fan content this week. Not much happening.
I have no music for this week. Yeah. It's another one of those weeks.
We were going to have a comic review, but USPS has not delivered my comic yet, so...
Yay, holiday season.
Yeah, holiday season probably what's causing it, so hopefully next week. But I do have a little bit of a fanfic thing. Not a fanfic to share, but I just want to share a couple updates with fanfics I have featured in the past. So, since the last time we talked about it, let's see, going by oldest first. Apple Bloom Transformer Rolla. I featured that a long time ago. It was only 4 chapters, and like the next day after we aired or something, it went on a hiatus. Yeah. Well, since then, a 5th chapter has been added, and now it's been marked as incomplete, so it looks like he's updating it. It's been a long while since his last update, though, but still, it has updated with a 5th chapter. So if you aren't marking these as whatever you do on FimFiction, that's updated. It's this chapter is pretty interesting in of itself. The newest one for that one, and yeah, it hasn't disappointed me. Yep. So it's still going in. This is interesting direction.
It is.
Subjunctive, literally, I think updated the day we aired,
or the day after.
I'm pretty sure it was the day of.
Yeah.
It like literally. So if you didn't already see that, because when we were talking about, we were like, it's pretty close to finish. Probably like one more chapter.
Yeah, and it finished. It right then.
Finished, and it's an epilogue. It's a little disappointing.
A little bit. It's not bad, but I was hoping for a little bit different. It's like,
you're hoping for more or something more. It doesn't feel very substantial. It just kind of feels like just.
Yeah.
It just didn't really know how to end it, so he just ended it. There we go. We're done. Honestly, kind of at the time of what we said, it kind of felt like it was going out 2 or 3 chapters a little long, and then it just kind of stopped. So yeah, the epilogue was a little disappointing.
But still overall really good.
Yeah, and the third one that updated since we last talked about was Long Road to Friendship, which at the time I remember I was saying he's got a very sporadic update schedule, hasn't updated in a while, but I'm confident it will, and boom, it updated last week with another chapter. So chapter 25 is out, and yay. Delving more into the subplot, which makes me happy. So, Yep. So that's what I got for fanfics this week. Like I said, just a brief update. I'm going to start doing this ever I in the future. If I feature yet another incomplete thing, I'm going to go ahead and every once in a while just status update.
Yep, that works.
So try to not drag it out too long. But yeah, that's it. That's it for this episode too. So
yeah. That's all.
We're all done, I guess.
That's a wrap.
So, if you actually liked us rambling about this stuff and want to listen to past and future episodes, you can go to pony411.libsyn.com. All our episodes are there for download. Hopefully until the end of time or until Libsyn servers melt down or something.
Or we move or,
Whatever, something like that. You can also search for us on iTunes. Search for Pony411, subscribe there. It's the same feed, but automatic if you want it to be. And apparently they finally fixed it so HTML actually can be used on iTunes.
Yay.
They finally updated it. I got an email about it. Hooray on that. You can also go to Stitcher. Stitcher.com. You can search for Pony411 there, or you can use the app on Android or iPhone. Find our episodes that way if you prefer. You can also go via YouTube. YouTube.com/Pony411. All our episodes, streaming format. So you don't have to download if you don't want to, but you have to keep a tab open.
Yep.
You can also listen to us on Ponyville FM. We are every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. If you want to contact us, you can email us, pony411podcast@gmail.com. Get angry about me telling you about how wrong you were about MOP Transformers if you want. Go for it. I dare you.
You could also send us stuff like ideas that you'd want to hear.
Yeah, ideas or suggestions, or maybe you have some project you want to share with the world.
Yeah.
Go for it. We'll either respond or we'll just put on the podcast, and there you go.
There you go.
You can also contact us via Facebook, facebook.com/Pony411. Like us there. Usually our episodes are listed there when they come out. You can go via Twitter. We're at Pony411. That's our main platform for contacting everyone. Or you can go on our personal Twitters. I'm at Nemesis Prime 1. He's at Alcatraz with an underscore at the end and a 7 and 7T.
Yep.
So, yeah, follow us. We sometimes tweet about things, sometimes bragging about Everfree Northwest. That's it for this episode. Join us next week. We're going to be doing something again. We're going to be experimenting some more. That's what hiatuses do to people. If you're upset about us experimenting, blame Hasbro. Yes. So, Hasbro. Until then, don't forget, please pony responsibly, guys. Bye.